Hey everyone, today's video topic is BDD, or Body Dysmorphic Disorder. What is it, and what do we do if we have it? So stay tuned. So like I said, today's video topic is BDD, or Body Dysmorphic Disorder, which I'll call BDD from now on because it's like blah, 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 it's too much to say, right? Many of you checked out my live broadcast with Brian Cuban, and he talks a lot about BDD. So if you haven't had a chance to take a look at that, I would hop online on my YouTube channel and look that up. You can probably just search for Brian Cuban's name under my channel and you'll see our hangout. And he talks about BDD in his new book as well, Shattered Image. So if you haven't picked that up, it's on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So another great resource. So what is body dysmorphic disorder, and how do we know if we have it? So BDD is really, I'm going to read from the DSM because I don't want to misquote it or say it in the wrong way, because I want to be very clear about this. BDD is a preoccupation with a defect in appearance. The defect is either imagined, or if a slight physical anomaly is present, the individual's concern is markedly excessive. So in regular terms, what does that mean? It means that we have an obsession about one part of our appearance, and we believe that this one part is not good, doesn't look good, we don't feel good about it, we obsess over it. We may avoid mirrors and shiny surfaces altogether. We may spend a lot of time in front of the mirror getting ready for a while and then avoid them. We may not go out because of this. The most common that I know of are acne, scars, hair, wrinkles. One of them they say is vascularness, is like veins and seeing veins under your skin. And also like paleness or redness of the skin, puffiness of a certain area, thinness of a certain area. Brian talked about his hair and how his like frizziness and how he had thinning hair on the top of his head made him very self-conscious and was part of his BDD. Now I want to make sure that you're not confusing BDD with any of the eating disorders, any of them, because they're not the same at all. Anorexia, if you watch my old video, I talk about how one of the diagnostic criteria for anorexia is when we won't see what we really look like we look in the mirror, and even if we're severely underweight, we'll think we're overweight and we're not happy with the way that our body looks. That is not BDD. That is anorexia. And one of the diagnostic criteria of BDD is that it can't be better accounted for through another diagnosis. So whatever's going on, we can't say it's something else because there isn't anything else. It's just BDD. So that is, I want to make that very clear, because a lot of people will make the two like they're the same, and they are very much not. So along with having a complaint and feeling like they have a defect in their appearance, the preoccupation with this will significantly impair their daily life. So if it's school, let's say they're obsessed about their hair, they will be late to school because they're doing their hair for like 4 hours to get it just right. Because one hair may be out of whack, it might be like sticking up, who knows what it is. Or if you're a guy and you're worried about the thinness of your hair, and you don't have a hat that works or matches with what you're going, I don't know, but you won't leave the house until you have something where you feel better about it. And the interesting thing about BDD is that a lot of times we'll obsess about it, and we spend so much time working on that area and focusing on that area because that makes us feel better in the moment to attend a party or go to school or just leave the house to go anywhere. We'll spend all this time worrying about it because it makes us able to do that, but it also perpetuates the disorder. So by spending all that time, it's almost like an eating disorder when we're feeding the negative voice, and we need to actually feed our healthy self instead, right? And that's kind of what we're doing. We're feeding the body dysmorphic voice instead of the healthy voice. And so what do we do if we have this diagnosis and we have BDD? The first thing that we do is we want to see a therapist and a CBT therapist. I know I've talked about cognitive behavioral therapy in a lot of my other videos, and I will do a video on CBT therapy in the future, but there are books and workbooks available. You can Google it if you're curious about what it's like, but any therapist worth their salt knows how to do CBT and can do it very effectively. And a lot of the CBT that they will do with you, if you have BDD, this is a lot of acronyms, blah. But what they'll do with you is almost kind of, I don't know, it's like if you have a fear of something and they'll slowly bring you closer to it. They'll do that with your body dysmorphia. And don't get scared. It's not like, oh my gosh, you're so afraid of your hair getting out of place that we're going to put you on a boat and we're going to drive that boat on the lake. No, they're not going to do that. It's more like, okay, you've had the time to prepare, you've gotten everything ready, now we're out of the house and we're going to stay out a little bit longer than you want to. And I want you to rate your anxiety on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being like, I'm going to run screaming and crying home. 1 being, I'm calm as a cucumber, I could go to sleep now. And they will slowly increase the amount of anxiety you feel and will use tools to calm you back down, to bring you back down to like a 3, right? So that's sort of what they will do. It's part of the CBT therapy that works best for people with body dysmorphia. And the second thing that we can do for ourselves and that they find to be very effective is getting on an antidepressant or an SSRI or an SNRI, just to add a few more acronyms in there for you. But if you see your general practitioner or your psychiatrist and they are aware of your diagnosis, they will oftentimes try these medications first because SSRIs and SNRIs tend to really help with anxiety, and anxiety is a huge component of BDD. And so they will also put that on board to see if that can help. So know that you're not alone. Know that there are things that we can do, that we can help ourselves, that we don't have to keep being preoccupied with this thought and keep worrying and feeling like we'll never get out of it, because you can, and people do, and we will. And also know that BDD is not associated with eating disorders. Those are completely separate things, okay? I hope you found this video helpful. If any of you suffer from BDD and you've had that diagnosis, please share your comments below. Share what's worked for you. Share your tips that you learned from therapy so that we can each help one another, right? Because we're working together towards a healthy mind and a healthy body.